And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches. I'm your co-host Scott. Joining me once again, he's back. It's BeerMe. BeerMe, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Scott. How about
There
yourself?
we go. I was a little worried you weren't there for a second. for a second. For a second.
No, I'm good.
We're
I'm good.
we're both very tired. I'll
It's
leave it
true.
at that. There's not even a reason. This is I'm tired. BeerMe's tired. Fun part is I think we have a total of 6 matches to announce. And that's it. So we're going to go through this pretty quick. But again, this is Frontline League on X, Frontline Prediction League on YouTube, right here. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We do appreciate that. The next show is until November 22nd. Today's November 6th. We got time before that one. And the last show was not this past weekend, so it wasn't even one there. We're good. We're just chilling with some matches to announce for Full Gear. So let's do that, BeerMe. Let's dive right in. Um, I presume these are Full Gear matches. All CT said was matches for trenches. So I presume they're that
Yes,
because I
he
think
also
Survivor
said that to
Series.
me too.
Yeah, I think Survivor Series is kind of like all set, and we're like, well, that's after. So this is just trenches for Full Gear. But I've got Bane the Bissa versus Mark Harper on the Kickoff show, and I'm leaning towards Bane on that one. It's a hardcore match, which is why. Who do you got on that one? Just off the cuff.
I'll go. I'll agree with you.
Okay. What's one of yours to
All
announce?
right. My kickoff match is Atlas Kiyama taking on Mark Steele.
I'll go for Atlas on that one. We got.
That's a toughie. I'm gonna go with Mark Steele.
Okay. Actually, I've got a match and then an announcement. So I'll get to that announcement after. The match I have, this is on the main card. Members of the Heavy Hitters, so that's Aiden Mack, Detrick Cyrus, and James Blake, 3 of the 5 of the Survivor Series wildcard team. They're teaming against members of the Monstars, another Survivor Series wildcard team. CM Carlito, El Cid, the new European champion, if I'm remembering correctly. Everything's a blur right now. And X. I'm leaning on Heavy Hitters. Honestly, even in the match I have against them, they're probably the favorite. So,
I agree. I'm gonna take heavy hitters as well.
okay. What's the one you have to announce?
I have. I also have a six-person tag. It is front of the line: Eli, JJ Rocky, and Lucifer, taking on the Elements: 3J Platinum, Camicat, and Supreme Rock.
I got to go with the front of the line trio because that's just our team minus Red and I. So we're rooting on those guys for that momentum going in. So yes, who you got?
I mean, front of the line. I'm going with them.
Yep, yep, yep. The announcement I have is for one of our title matches. The World Championship is there, of course, and so is the American Championship, where the GMSG is defending against Captain Krulix Blackwell. I can now announce that that match will be an Iron Man match.
Oh,
I was waiting
that'll
for
be
your
good.
reaction on that. If people recall, Captain Krulix Blackwell did have the monitor of the Iron Monster after going an hour in the Royal Rumble, I believe, last year, maybe even 2 years ago. It's all a blur now. Almost 3 now that there's a Rumble coming up in 2 months.
Mm.
Not the
Hmm.
same type of Iron, but still, that
Right.
bodes well.
No, no.
I don't know if
Yeah.
GMSG's had an Iron Man match of all his matches. Because he's had ladder matches here and there, and he's had weird ones. I've had stipulations with him before. I don't know if he's had an Iron Man.
I don't think he
Probably,
has.
but I
But
don't
yeah,
know. Cap hasn't
yeah.
either, I'm pretty sure. So this should be very, very interesting to see what happens with these two. Again, I'm betting on GMSG. Sorry, Cap, nothing personal. You haven't beaten me a dozen times. He has. But with an Iron Man match on AEW, uh, this could be anybody's game.
Hmm.
But I'm still leaning towards GMSG. I know you're biased, but how's that? Does that affect your opinion on it? Do you see? I mean, because you like Cap, you could see an upset too. I honestly, I know that, but does it sway you anymore?
I mean, it'll be close. I mean, it's one of those things you get one match wrong and you're already down a match. You're already down a pin. So
Yep, it's that
yeah,
easy.
it's a little bit more stressful with those. So
What's your last one to announce here, Bear Me?
I'm done. That's all I got.
Well, there we go. I thought you had 3. Forgive me. So we had 4 matches and an announcement. And that's it, guys. Remember, it is Full Gear. It is November 22nd. That's a Saturday. Keep scrolling. Survivor Series is after that, November 29th, also a Saturday. That does say 3:30 p.m. PST, but that's local time for the show. Don't worry about that. That's not actual show time, so don't panic there. Scrolling through, there's the cool match cards set up like baseball rosters that CT made. Deadline, we do know, is after that, Saturday, December 6th. And that finishes the year. No, it doesn't. I lied. World's End finishes the year. It's the end, obviously. December 27th. BeerMe, that's Chicago. Are you going to go to that?
Ooh, I don't think so. But
Looks like the on sale
never
starts
say
September
never. I
8th,
might.
so I don't know what the tickets are like. But in Chicago, you never know. We already know that Eli versus Raw Nintendo is on that card, so we already have something there. But then the Royal Rumble is after that. Now, the key thing to remember here with guys with the shows right now is that you need to be on, I think, 3 or 4 of 5 main shows to qualify for our Royal Rumble draw. So Full Gear, Survivor Series, World's End, that's 3 right there. I forget if it's 3 or 4 if you were on the last one as well, because Deadline's a house show, remember. Halloween Havoc is a house show. Bound for Glory is a house show. So the last main show prior to that, God, what one was that, BeerMe? Am I thinking, not Paris, WrestlePalooza, Wrestle Dream? Probably that. Like, it's that kind of thing right now. But if it's 3, it's literally AEW, WWE, AEW. The next 3, Full Gear, Survivor Series, World's End. If you're on those, you qualify for the Rumble draw. Now, don't take my word at that, because we'll talk about that more probably as we come. But that's the kind of thing to keep in mind. So the main shows do matter for that. If you were on WrestlePalooza or Wrestle Dream, whatever the latter one was, that's 4. If it's 4 out of 5, you're good there. We do want to reiterate, though, that champions don't qualify. So if you're a champion going into the Rumble or in a title match going into the Rumble, you don't qualify for the draw. We don't do the thing where, like, the loser's in the draw. So, like, when Brock Lesnar lost the WWE title, he was in the Rumble. We don't do that. We could, but we don't. So we don't do that. So if you're in a title match, any of the championships, you're not qualified. You simply won't be in the Rumble draw. So there is a bit of a toss-up there where you might be going after that American title or the Canadian title or the world title, but you lose out on the chance of being the 1 in 30 that wins to go to Mania, So keep that in mind. Also, yes, we know this year's Rumble is in Saudi. We have a couple people that don't participate with Saudi shows. That's just the nature of what this one is, unfortunately. So for those people, obviously, we'll pull you from the draw. And if anybody else does not want to be included because of that, or changes their mind and does want to be included, please let us know. Because that will be an important factor when we start building that up properly. Probably after Full Gear and Survivor Series, because we have an idea at that point who's going to be there and who's not, with World's End being the only outlier. So keep that in mind. Please let us know ASAP. Reach out to the owners, myself, CT, Red, or GMSG. If you let BeerMe know, he'll just relay it through to us. He's not one of the owners, but he'll still tell us. But keep that in mind. It is that seasoning of starting that kind of thing now. So it's a different one. And yeah, we know WrestleMania next year is in Saudi, and this means certain people won't be involved in it. And actually, that point too, like if you're in line for a title shot, potentially, we're not going to not give it to you. You're just not going to get it at the Rumble, right? Like if it was someone that is in line and doesn't want to do Saudi shows and you'd get your title shot here, well, someone else gets the title shot. That doesn't mean you've lost it. Out of fairness, you'd get it like February or something, or World's End. Like we'd move it around to accommodate. To be totally fair, no guarantees on how that would work, but I mean, I'm saying this out my ass, honestly, but I don't see why not. Like, if you've earned it and it just happens to be January, well, that's right. Like, no, we get it. So we're aware, we're working with it. We're going to compensate as best we can for that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's an extra wrinkle added in for this one, especially for next year, because honestly, next year, the same people who don't do Saudi shows won't be in the Rumble either, because if you win the Rumble, you're going to WrestleMania, which is in Saudi. By next year, I mean like the year after this coming one. And you're not going to be at that one either. So yeah, we know. We'll work with it, but this one is coming up. This one has Full Gear in 2 weeks? 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. And then Survivor Series the weekend after that, and then Deadline, and then World's End, and we go from there. But we'll talk about that stuff as we go, just getting that out there to start thinking about it. And honestly, yes, a little bit to flesh out the episode because I think we're at double digits now. So we'll wrap it there, BeerMe. This again is Frontline Prediction League on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe. Frontline League over on X. Do check out also Top of the Card Pod on X and Top of the Card Podcast, wherever you get podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, all that fun stuff. We talk real wrestling stuff there. This is for the wrestling fantasy league prediction stuff, though, so keep that in mind. Keep your picks in mind for a casino battle royal gauntlet match. Excuse me, not battle royal, but a casino gauntlet with craziness there, and we'll see what happens on that. But we'll leave it there, guys. And I'll stop blathering, and we'll end it. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.